Hey, what's going on, guys? Metal Gear Rex is back in black. It's the black version of the Metal Gear Rex we're going to be taking a look at here for today's video. I've already reviewed the Metal Gear Rex before, so there's really not going to be a whole lot different about this, but the black version is something that Kotobukiya makes, so I thought that I would build it and share it with you guys, just because if you're thinking about which version of the Rex you want to get, hopefully this review video will help you guys out. It's an awesome kit, and I'm very much looking forward to building this kit again, and the black version looks awesome. I've not built the black version before. I do also have the black version of the Sahelanthropus at home in my backlog. Maybe I have to get to that some point in the future, but for now, let's go ahead and check out the box and its contents. Let's go. All right, guys, taking a look at the box art here for this, you're going to be half seeing the box art and half seeing me in the reflection of the box art there behind the camera. But if you guys can just focus in on what is on the box there, we have some Yoji Shinkawa style art, which looks really cool there of the Metal Gear. We also have some characters down here at the bottom, looks like Liquid there, and maybe some soldiers. So that looks really cool here with the black version of the Rex. On the ends of the box, we just got the same thing there with a photo of the kit. They're all painted and decaled up and everything. Around on the other side of the box, the same thing there. On one side here, it's going to be really kind of difficult to show you just because of how shiny this is, but yeah, there's a look at the fully painted and decaled kit of the Rex front and back. We have some information here about Metal Gear Solid, and then a photograph of the unpainted kit, just snap built, completely unpainted, straight out of the box there. It's going to look like that. And then around on the other side, a look at the decal sheet that we have included with some really cool markings there for this, and then some more photographs of the fully painted and detailed kit there. Looking really cool. We have a look at some of the figures that we have included, which looks like it is the same as with the original kit, I believe, there for that. And the list price here, the MSRP for this at 9,800 yen. So let's go ahead and pop the top. And as you might imagine, I think most of the runners that we're going to see in here are going to be in black, but it'll be interesting to see which runners are not. I think some of like the mechanical joint type parts and things might be like a dark gray and not straight black, but we'll see all the runners here in just a moment. First of all, just to take a quick look here at the instruction manual, we have the same artwork there from the front minus all the shine, so it's a bit easier to see here, but that looks really cool. Around the back side, you have just kind of a Solid Snake there in the kind of background image like we saw on the front of the box. Here on the inside here, another kind of alternative color scheme, which is cool. I believe in the original Rex, they also had this as well, an alternate color scheme, and for the other Metal Gear kits as well, where they'll have a sample build in a different kind of unofficial color scheme, I guess, sort of, but this one looks really cool with the Rex in this really dark green there with some really nice weathering there on it. So that looks cool. Here is a just kind of digital camo version in kind of a light gray there of the Rex. That's more closer to like the original color scheme, but with the digital camo added on it. So, and then we've got the black version. So this is what we're going to be building here for today in a couple of different poses there, looking very awesome. We've got our parts list here up next and then into the construction. But if we flip ahead here to the very end, at the back here, we've got our color guide, which again is going to be like black and gray with a couple little accent bits here and there. Then on the next page here is just going to be our decal guide. You can see where all those decals are going to go, a little bit about how to apply the decals around on the back side and some of the detailed parts there and everything. That's it for the manual. But here's a look at those water slide decals. Obviously everything in white, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you can see like the big kanji decals looking really cool, the Metal Gear Solid decals, so really cool stuff. And then in here, molded in a kind of skin tone color, is going to be our small little figures. We have 4 of those. Very nice. Then getting into the runners here, we've got some polycaps, 2 PC runners here in black. This is technically runner P, but I'm just going to show it to you right off the bat. Here is the base piece for this. I gotta admit, as much as I love the kit, as much as I love all the Metal Gear kits, the bases are not the most interesting looking. It's just kind of like meh. Okay, it's nice to have it and it looks like decent, but it's not that great, to be honest. And then runner A is going to be representative of the majority of our outer armor color here, which is not technically like fully black. It's just a really, really dark gray color, and all the runners are going to be in like some form of dark gray, but in like kind of different tones of dark gray. So there's runner A, runner B here as well. There's like parts there for the head, some easily recognizable parts on there. Here is runner C with some more parts for the legs there. It looks like a lot of that. And then runner D is some more parts for the legs here. Mostly we've got 2 of this D runner. But again, as always with these kits, we do have a lot of really nice detail in and around on these parts there. But then getting into a different color here, runners E and F are in this really dark brown color. So this is going to be like for all the inner frames, sort of, as it were. You can see, just like with the original kit, the sort of eyes of the Metal Gear Rex here are pre-painted. Normally they would be in like a metallic blue. In this case, they're like a metallic pink. Runner G is back to our very dark gray, sort of black color there. But then bouncing back once again, runners H and I are once again in that dark brown color. Here we have 2 of the H runner, 1 of runner I. Runners J and K, however, are a little bit different in that these are a really, really dark green. It's going to be kind of hard for you guys to tell maybe, but let me show it to you in comparison. And of course, you'll see it on the kit, but there's that dark green compared to the dark brown, compared to the dark gray black color that we have. So we got some interesting tonal differences here. But then runner M is back to dark brown here. Runners L and N are going to be in plain clear. Runner L for some like clear lens pieces there for the cameras on the head. Runner N is going to be the support stand we can use there. And last but certainly not least, runner O here is in a nice plated gold for a couple of little gold accents on the body. And that's it. All right, here it is all built up. If you guys missed the live stream, you can go back and check that out if you're interested. It was a fun build, this being kind of basically like my 3rd time to build it after building the original kit, the Metal Gear Solid 4 version, and now the black version. I honestly have to say, I really, really like the look of this kit here in black. I had seen a couple of comments from people mentioning that they thought it looked a little too bland or a little too boring being all in black, but I mean, the original kit was also just all like solid gray. So I mean, like, it's just kind of, it's not a really colorful, exciting color scheme on this design. It really just comes down to like how the design looks in like one color basically. And I think it looks really, really nice here in this color scheme. It's really cool. So we've already done like a full review on this kit in the past, so I won't get into kind of, you know, too much detail regarding the articulation and everything, but I will show you guys some different poses and just kind of some general detailed looks at kind of what are some of the features and pros and cons of this kit. But let's go ahead and get into it. So in terms of any accessories for it, I mean, you have your 1/100 scale figures and the water slide decals. I did opt not to put liquid into the cockpit quite yet. Aside from that, I also opted not to put these little clear parts in for these little camera bits right here on the sides of the head, but normally there would be a couple more little clear parts right there. And then we've just got the base, which is just this big flat square. Like I said before, it's not really all that interesting, but it does help. The kit can stand on it just fine on its own, so you really don't need this, but it does have this articulated clear arm here with 2 points of up and down movement there, and then you can also rotate it at the base there as well. You also don't need to use this particular piece, and without that you could plug this arm into the corner of the base rather than in the middle. So just kind of depending on how you want the kit situated on top of here, if you want the connection arm in the middle, or if you want it at like the back corner, you can do that as well, because where this is going to plug in onto the Rex is going to be kind of towards the back on the underside here. You can pull this part right here. This panel opens that little hole right there where the base connection part is going to plug in. So that's for the kit itself. Everything is really nicely articulated considering it's a fairly simple, kind of straightforward design. There's probably more articulation here than you might initially think. The neck will move up and down there at the base, also kind of extend. There's another point of articulation right there. This part here under the neck can also slide back and forth. So if you slide that out, you're able to bring the head a little bit further down here. And the cockpit does open up like so. You can kind of slide that down and extend it out kind of at the same time. And there's a 1/100 scale cockpit inside there with a lot of really nice detail, although just with it being so dark colored, I'm going to do my best to show it to you guys here. It's going to be hard to see, but you can see really nice difference between the basically 3 tones of black that we have here, like the brown, the green, and the dark blue tones of plastic here. But you can see that little bit of pink pre-painted, that metallic pink for like the camera bits here on the sides, right there in the front. The leg is connected to the body via a ball joint right there, which is pretty simple and straightforward. That will allow you movement out to about there, that far. But then we have some further movement at the kind of middle part of the leg where this can rotate side to side. This can also extend down this way, so you can extend the leg like that. This part here on the side of the leg also is on a ball joint. This part here at the back can also be folded up like this if you want to fold that up or extend it out as a kind of support. Down here at the foot, this can also slide in and out a little bit there like that, so that you can make sure to get that flat, and this can also bend side to side and then forward, front and back like this, little spikes here at the front can also move up and down. You can extend those out slightly if you want to have those actually like poked into, if you're building this into a diorama or something, and actually have them into the ground. And then the whole front part of the leg will also slide in and out there like that. Up underneath here, the weapon will be able to move side to side, also up and down there. The connection of the backpack to the body also is able to move up and down, and then also up and down this way as well. So 2 points of articulation there for that. There's also like a double joint here for the connection arm of the ray dome on this side. It can move up and down, in and out. And the same thing here for the railgun, it's attached via a ball joint right there, but then the joint to the body will also move forward and back, up and down. Now, unfortunately, my parts were a little bit bowed so that they're kind of really coming to a point. They should be a bit more straight here like that, so I'll have to try to maybe straighten those out. But otherwise, for some more kind of opening gimmicks here on the front of the knees, these panels here will open up like that for little micro missiles inside of there. And then of course up around on the backpack as well, we've got 8 of these little doors that are a little bit tricky, but you can get these all opened up here as well for a really cool effect. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Not really too much else to go over here with this one. It's a pretty simple and straightforward kit, just as far as like what you get here with it. It's just the Metal Gear Rex, and I think it's looking better than ever in this all black version, not being entirely all black. As I said, it's actually made up of 3 different tones of very dark color plastic, which does look pretty nice just straight out of the box. You could go ahead and do like a little, not necessarily panel lining, but if you do like some like a light gray kind of weathering wash in some areas, that might help to just bring out some of the details. And then of course adding the waterslide decals on there as well, which are all white. We'll add some nice pops of white around here and there on the design, maybe a little bit of hand painting to bring out some of the little finer details here and there, and then some top coat and you'd be good to go. This is one of those kits that you could just do a little bit of work on it and get a really, really nice result out of it without necessarily having to, you know, entirely go over and paint everything. Obviously that would look great as well. But if you're watching this review because you're a Metal Gear fan and maybe not necessarily that experienced with model making, don't worry, the model is pretty straightforward, easy enough to build, and makes for a really nice display piece here in this cool color scheme. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you prefer in the original gray color scheme of the original release, or do you like this new black version better? I have to say, I think I like this black version better, although the kit is super cool either way, but let me know which one you guys prefer. And if you guys want to check out the kits for yourself, you can check them out at the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. Got these as well as many more Kotobukiya model kits there for you guys to check out, so check those out. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Till next time, hope you all have a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.